Alrighty, I hope you're ready to roll here. I think probably the best place to start would be to take a look at some of the changes inside the Dreamweaver CS5 interface. It isn't anything too groundbreaking or earth-shattering in terms of the interface changes, but I think we should probably take a look at some of the interface changes anyway here. So what I'm going to do here is, let's see, I want to show you, I'm going to go to the File menu and then down to New to start off here. I just want to show you something real quick here. If you've been using Dreamweaver for a while, I don't know if you make use of some of the pre-created pages that Dreamweaver offers, the Css Starter Pages, as they're sometimes called. You know, if you come into the New Document dialog box and you're set to blank page and then HTML, this column of layouts used to be like a mile long. And what they've done is they've really kind of trimmed it down to, I suppose, the most common layout options there. I never even really bother with these myself, but I kind of feel obligated to at least mention it to you there anyway. So anyway, that's one change there, but I'm going to go with a layout of none. So I'm on page type HTML, layout none, and I'm going to go create. And this is going to lead us, nice segue, huh? This leads us right into the next thing that I want to talk about. The split view in Dreamweaver CS5. You know, we have the code, split, and design view, right? Well, in CS5, the split view by default is now vertical. And I have to admit, so in other words, I have my design view here on the right and my code view here over on the left. I have to admit, when I first started working with this, it felt awkward. It felt like I was trying to, I don't know, eat a bowl of porridge with my left hand instead of my right hand, you know, that kind of thing. But the more and more I work with this split view, this vertical split view, the more I love it. It just makes sense. Everything's, you know, up and down, right? Same with the design view. It's working for me. I really like it. But, you know, I suppose if you wanted to, you could head to the View menu and then down to Split Vertically and uncheck it, basically. And what that'll do is this will give you the traditional Dreamweaver split view, which is code on top, design view on the bottom, right? So if you want, you can always flip it back, which is cool. So I'm going to go back to the split vertically, though, and go back to the default view. I suppose what you could do as well, just while I think of it here, is you could flip your design view as well. If you don't want your design view on the right, you could flip it over to the left. Also available from the View menu there. So anyway, there you go. Kind of not a huge deal in terms of the interface, but something that's definitely noteworthy there for you. Okay, what else do we have here? The application bar running right across the top of the Dreamweaver interface is pretty much the same. In fact, it's practically the same. They've added on this CS Live, so you can connect up to CS Live if you wish. If you do indeed use CS Live, you can make use of that. What else do we have? Okay, here's something interesting. The document toolbar, again, where we have code, split, and design. A few things have been rearranged. A few icons have been removed. They've kind of moved the furniture around here a little bit. We now have a live code button. We'll talk about this. A live view has been, again, the furniture's been rearranged a little bit. You'll see how this plays out, especially when we start working with a WordPress blog in just a little while. And I want to make you aware of a new toolbar here inside Dreamweaver CS5. Give this a try. Along your document toolbar, maybe down towards the right, inside, you know, some empty space there, just try right-clicking. And make sure that you turn on browser navigation. Make sure you have that guy turned on. This is a new toolbar, as I say. We now have, it looks very much like a web browser toolbar. There's a backwards button and a forwards arrow there and stop and home, and then an address field, which is, you know, totally crazy. So again, you'll see how this plays out. I want to make you aware that we do have this new toolbar here. So hopefully all good. What else do we have? Well, we have a few new panels as well. We have the Adobe Browser Lab panel way over on the right here. I'll just drag this guy out and crank him open here. Now, we'll get into a discussion on the Adobe Browser Lab. Extremely cool stuff when you want to see how your web page is going to look, not only between the variety of browsers that we currently have available, but also between platforms, between Windows and Mac and so on. It's pretty awesome stuff, so you see how that works. And there's also another new panel called Business Catalyst if you, again, wanted to connect up to that service as well, that Adobe service. Beyond that, beyond what I've shown you here, I think everything else is pretty much the same here. You know what I'm going to do here, just to kind of simplify things. This is what I always do with Dreamweaver, so you're going to have to bear with me for a second here, is I completely customize the interface. And normally what I wind up doing is I wind up sticking with CSS styles, files, and assets. And these are the panels that I have available to me as I'm working along in Dreamweaver, right? Now, again, some of our panels are going to come and go. Again, they're always available from the window menu. That hasn't changed in Dreamweaver. And of course, you can always save your workspace layouts. Again, tying into our discussion on customizing the Dreamweaver interface, that's all the same as well. So they haven't really messed with that too much. So there you go. That's kind of a quick overview anyway of some of the interface differences in Dreamweaver CS5.